Some people think about some things way too often. I know I fall victim to it. Maybe we all do. But why do we get so offended when somebody insults us? And I mean really offended, not just mildly annoyed. I'm talking about that flash across your face, that tightening of your jaw, that sudden need to punish the other person for simply saying an opinionated statement. Why do we do that? And it goes deeper. Why do we then punish that person further? Why do we blame them, attack them, and shut them down? All because they said something we personally don't agree with. I've been sitting with these questions for a long time, and I think we've all started to see something, some sort of spark that lights that whole fire. Today, I just want to talk about what I've noticed. Not an expert, but just someone that's normal and has watched people get offended for weird reasons and the complexity behind being offended. Here's the first thing I've realized. When we get offended, you rarely tell the other person the real reason. We put on that mask. We say things that put the blame on other minor inconveniences that are not related to what's actually wrong. So an example of this is your partner being mad at you for not doing the dishes, and you subconsciously get mad at every single little thing, and you're just easily more agitated. You lie and you say, oh no, it's just because I had a bad day at work, or oh no, I'm just tired. And the real reason is because they haven't done the dishes. Underneath, you're protecting something. You're protecting your pride. You're protecting that real reason and what your actual stance in the situation is. We mask what we truly intend to put our blame on, and we keep coming back to that sentence. You hide the real wound and point at something else out of pure pride in your stance. I'm guilty of it, and we all do it. Another great example is someone saying that you're not very good at your job. Your first reaction might be anger, but if we're honest with ourselves, that anger is covering up that fear. The fear that they might be right, fear that we're not enough. But you won't say that. Instead, we'll attack them, we'll cover it by insulting them, we'll call them rude, but you won't say that. Instead, we attack them, or we'll bring up something that other person did 6 months ago that's completely irrelevant to the situation. And that's the mask. Once we put it on, something scary happens. We start to believe our own act. You put your stance above your morals, above honesty, and then we're gone, overtaken. Now, once you're offended, once we've put on the mask, once you've decided that your stance matters more than the truth, we get swallowed by something. I personally call it hatred-driven blindness. We stop seeing clearly. You stop hearing what the other person is actually saying. All we can see is our own anger. All you can feel is the need to win, to punish, to be right. And the further we go, the further we get from our true reason, the real thing that upsets us in the first place. Let me give you a made-up example. A man and his wife have been arguing badly. So badly that one of them leaves the house. The argument never gets resolved. It just sits there like a rock in a stomach. Later, something separate happens. His boss is entirely annoying, or his car won't start, and suddenly he's furious. But here's the trick. His brain twists the reason, and he doesn't get mad at the boss or at the car. He gets mad at his wife, again, even though she's not there. The unresolved problem from before leaks into everything. And when someone finally confronts him, asking, hey, why are you so angry? That's the spark. That's the moment when he explodes. That's when we freak out, and that initial anger and reaction to someone, because we can't admit that we've been carrying that rock. We can't say, I'm actually still upset about the fight earlier. So we lash out on whoever or whatever is in front of us. That's the reason. That's the reaction. That's why we get so offended when someone insults us, because the insult isn't just an insult. It's the match that lights that pile of old, unsolved, unspoken pain. And we've all got a pile. I've noticed that the people who get offended the easiest, and I include myself, are often people who are obsessed with how they'll be tomorrow, or next week, or 5 years from now. We get so caught up in that future version of ourselves. Here's what breaks my heart. We have gorgeous things in our lives: balance, tranquility, peace, real love, connections. These are gifts, not the kind that you buy at a store, but the kinds that we earn by being honest and being present, not letting pride run our show. But we poison them with false reasonings, with white lies, with made up stories or masks that we put on when we have something to hide. Let me talk about gifts for a second. We give them, we get them, but we rarely stop and ask why we are getting them and why we are giving them. We have Christmas, a marketized holiday where we tell kids be good all year and you'll get the best presents. That's a gift as a reward, transactional, conditional, and sure, we all kind of accept this. But then there's another kind of gift, a disguise. Imagine a husband comes home to a new gaming system, shiny, expensive, new, and his wife gives it to him with a big smile. But here's the secret. She recently committed adultery and cheated on him. This gift isn't really about him. It's about her guilt. Is that gift then truly from the heart? Is the intent behind it make it any less pure? But the meaning still means that I love you, I appreciate you. Or is it, I need you to not be mad at me? I really don't know the answer, but I feel like they're both on the same baseline of I give you a gift, this is for something, whether it's for a wrong reason or not. The art of gift giving as a whole is supposed to be appreciated as the gift. I'm not saying I have this figured out at all. I still get really off put by certain things and I still put on a mask and don't tell the full truth sometimes. I'm guilty of it. I know. I know you do too. We're all human. But now I want to ask you one more question before I react. A question that takes 2 seconds, a question that saved me, and I think it might help us all. What's the last thing that really offended you? And if you're brave enough, what were you really protecting? I'd really like to know. We're all in this world messy thing together. Drop it in the comments down below. Leave a like, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.